want so bad to tell her what I see, but I can't, I don't know how to say.
Hey guys, this is the Recklessly Skeptical Podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm Joe.
And this is Josh.
You can find us on Spreaker and on YouTube. You can find our other channels, The Evil Atheist and ZZZ Giant Awake on YouTube. And join us on Facebook at The Evil Atheist Group.
It's lots of fun.
We love you all. So today is April 3rd, 2016. This is the second half of the podcast today. In the first half, we read a little bit from the Doctrine and Covenants, from the book, or from the Mormon religion. And we're going to read another little section. It's the section I was alluded to in the first half. So, this is the Doctrine and Covenants, section 132, 61 through 63. Here we go. If any man espouse a virgin, and desire to espouse another, and the first give her consent, and if he espouse the second, and they are virgins, and they have vowed to no other man, then he is justified. He cannot commit adultery, for they are given unto him. For he cannot commit adultery with that belongeth unto him, and to no one else. And if he have 10 virgins given unto him by this law, he cannot commit adultery, for they belong to him.
They belong to him, Joe.
And they are given unto him. Therefore he is justified, Joe. And the best part, but if one or either of the 10 virgins, after she is espoused, shall be with another man, she has committed adultery, and she shall be destroyed.
See, it's a fucking joke. Oh, so it's not adultery if God gave you all those women and virgins, even though you have a wife. Fuck you. It is adultery. Go fuck yourself.
It's perverted.
Yeah, and that any group that practices polygamy, again, this has so much resemblance to Muhammad's practice of polygamy. It's like, I just suddenly got this thing from God, this revelation from God that I should have multiple wives, and it's cool. It's totally cool, even if she's 9 or whatever.
Yeah, God says it's okay.
Like, and why does it come from this place? Because these guys are definitely men of the flesh, for using their terminology. They just want to have sex.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with power once you have money? You get lots of bitches, in their case. And, of course, they're very jealous of their bitches, apparently. They want virgins, and they want women who are worth more to them, and that's how they consider the value of women. And so don't let anybody tell you that the Mormon Church is not sexist, because they have very sexist dogma that has been
practiced
and is canonized in their beliefs. And there's a reason why men get the priesthood and women do not. It has less to do with it has to do with the power dynamic. Is men own women in their minds and in their scripture.
Yeah, and this is still used today by the FLDS to practice polygamy, and a lot of the groups do it in a very shitty way and marry off young teenage girls. And I saw a quote or a post today that said, "Don't judge the book," and they were referring to the Bible, but it's still the same thing. Don't judge the Bible, judge the people. But I can judge these books because they have awful fucking shit in them. And I will judge those books. Just like the Bible condones slavery and it never corrects it. I'm going to judge that fucking book, and I'm going to judge this shit that Joseph Smith wrote.
Yeah, and in the Bible there's polygamy too.
Yep.
Don't judge Mein Kampf. Judge Hitler. It's like, no, fuck you. It's straight out of Hitler's fucking brain. It's the same thing with the church and, the people and stuff. Don't judge the book, judge the people. Well, those people are reading that fucking book, and that's where they're getting their stupid fucking ideas. So I'm going to judge the book.
Yeah.
Just like I'm going to judge Mein Kampf.
Yeah, and I think it's actually the opposite. We want to judge ideas, not people.
Not the people, yes.
We want to base our attacks against ideas, not against people.
Ideas and actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
In agreement. All right, so let's get into some politics, because that's what we tend to do here at the Recklessly Skeptical Podcast. So Do we want to cover polls first or do Bernie Hillary drama first? Let's do the drama first.
Drama.
Yeah.
All right.
Drama.
So Hillary was approached by a Greenpeace person, not somebody from Bernie's camp, and she asked her a question. It's going to be hard to make out everything except for the end, but essentially what she's saying is that I don't do that. I don't take money from donors and fossil fuel people. But so here's a 17-second clip, and the important part is the part you should be able to hear, which is about Bernie Sanders.
Will you act on your words and reject fossil fuel money in the future in your campaign?
I do not. I have money from people who work for fossil fuel companies. I am so sick. I am so sick of the Sanders campaign lying about me. I'm sick of it.
I agree with you.
I am so sick of about the people at the Sanders campaign lying about me. And she acts like she's angry and pissed off, but she damn well knows that she gets money from the fossil fuel
that's why
industry.
she's pissed off. That's why she's angry. She knows it's
getting
not
called
a
on her
lie, but
bullshit.
she's getting called out on her bullshit, and that's what she's getting sick of.
And honestly, I disagree. I don't think that's it at all. I think it's political show. It's a show for us. She knows there's a camera right in her face. She knows that this is going to get put on YouTube, so she wants to appear strong and like she absolutely dislikes the oil industry and the Koch brothers and all of that. But her and Barack Obama received money from the oil companies.
Yeah.
And that is why we're taking such a long fucking time to get to mediocre deals on changing over to renewable energy.
Yep, and the Republicans get tons of money. I think Hillary, when you looked at the oil donations, Hillary was like fifth in how much money, and the top four or whatever it was all Republicans.
Yeah.
And that's why you see Republicans absolutely denying the fact of climate change, and then you have Hillary who's just kind of beating around the bush on it because she's getting some money, but she's not getting all the money.
Yeah.
You know?
And Democrats are supposed to be the ones who aren't taking any money and are for moving forward. So, like, she has to put on at least a show that she wants us to change over to renewable energy. But again, remember that we're striking up mediocre deals that take a long time to get put into place. So the donor strategy, it seems like, is, hey, you can accept those deals, you can make those deals, but just make sure that they don't come into effect right away. Make sure they come into effect as far down the road as possible. Make shitty deals is essentially the thing.
Yeah.
And so here's Bernie Sanders' statement in response to having his campaign being called the liar, and I think it's a good 2-minute response.
Yesterday, some of you may know, Secretary Clinton was met with by a environmental activist at a forum that she held, and the activist asked her if she would reject money from the fossil fuel industry, which I have. And the reason I have is that I happen to believe that climate change is one of the great crises facing our planet. But Secretary Clinton said in response to this young woman, she said she was sick, quote, sick of the Sanders campaign lying about, end of quote, contributions she received from the fossil fuel industry. Well, Secretary Clinton owes us an apology. We were not lying. We were telling the truth. The truth is that Secretary Clinton has relied heavily on funds from lobbyists working for the oil, gas, and coal industry. According to an analysis done by Greenpeace, Hillary Clinton's campaign and her super PAC have received more than $4.5 million from the fossil fuel industry. In fact, 57 oil, gas, and coal industry lobbyists have directly contributed to her campaign, with 43 of them contributing the maximum allowed for the primary. And these are not just workers in the fossil fuel industry, these are paid, registered lobbyists. Secretary Clinton, you owe our campaign an apology.
What do you guys think?
It's true. She owes, because she is a liar. She's getting called out on her bullshit, and then she gets upset and calls Sanders a liar. And then Sanders, of course, points out the truth. You know, she should apologize. That's the thing. That's why Hillary's campaign is mad about Sanders. Not that he's a liar, but Hillary's getting called out on all her lies. And so the only thing she knows how to do is to flip it onto Bernie's campaign. And it's making her look stupid. She's losing so much support because of how fucking stupid she is. And she forgets that there's cameras on and that we have the internet and that we can go and look back at the things she's done and the money she's taken and the people she's been in bed with and the people her husband's been fucking.
And the people standing behind her when she's saying that,
Yeah.
where was Bernie Sanders?
Where was Bernie Sanders 20 years ago when I was trying to get health care? Well, the video shows he was standing right fucking behind you. You even thanked him. Hillary, you are a fucking liar. Get the fuck out of here. I hope you go to jail.
Yeah. Matt, any thoughts?
I'm just blown away. I read an article yesterday that was totally pro-Hillary, and they went to a rally, a Hillary rally, and they talked to some of the supporters there, and the supporters there were comparing Trump and Bernie, saying those two are similar, and Hillary brings logic to the discussion. And, I mean, it's shit like this that just shows you people aren't out there actually looking. And it's like you say, Josh, they just watch CNN, and that's where they get all their information. They don't actually go and read anything. And they think Hillary's the logical, good candidate. Bernie and Hillary, they're both the same. They're both good, but Hillary's got actual arguments.
Because that's what
side.
CNN says. Because CNN, they're unbiased and stuff. Can I tell you guys something? Who owns CNN?
Tell us.
Comcast. Guess who's one of the largest campaign contributors to Hillary's campaign?
CNN
is
not,
Comcast.
Is not owned by Comcast. It's owned by Fox, I believe. Or
No,
not Fox.
it's
but,
Comcast.
It's owned by because Comcast owns MSN, MSNBC, MSN Universal. But I think that you're thinking of it's another cable provider who owns CNN. I think it's the one based out of Los Angeles, though. The one that Comcast tried to do.
Oh, is it? It says Turner Broadcasting.
Yes. But yeah, Turner still gives money to them. And MSNBC. So real quick, let's just clear the record and make it worse. MSNBC has been lying in favor of Clinton too. So MSNBC is worse than CNN, and MSNBC is the one who's giving money to Hillary, and Hillary's also giving a lot of money for ad revenue or for ads, advertisements and stuff. So MSNBC, which is worse than CNN, is the one who you're thinking about.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So CNN is actually more neutral than MSNBC is, and they're supposed to be the more liberal news broadcasters. But yeah, so she fired back and said, well, Bernie's taking money from some of the same people I have too who are related to the oil industry.
Yeah.
And they donate. Usually when you donate, they don't do a background check to see who you work for. At the same time that she's received $300,000 from these people, these lobbyists and stuff like that, and individuals who work for the oil industry, he's received $50,000. Like it's night and day, and they're not like giving this money and then talking to him or talking to his super PACs because he doesn't have any fucking super PACs.
Exactly.
They're probably just employees that like his message and they're giving him money.
Quite possibly.
Here, I wanted to point this out real quick. It's from On Media, where politics meet the press. It's an older one from, let's see here, May 2015. NBC Universal News Corporation, Turner Broadcasting, and Thomson Reuters are among more than a dozen media organizations that have made charitable contributions to the Clinton Foundation in recent years. The foundation records show. So yes, they have given money to Hillary, not directly, not through a super PAC or anything like that, but at least to her foundation, the Clinton Foundation, and I'm sure they've probably given her money to her campaign.
Yeah,
I just wanted to point that out real quick. And it's not a little bit of money. It's $1 million, $5 million, $500,000, $1 million. Even Google has given her money. Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
Yeah, and so then the other side of the drama between Hillary and Bernie is on the debate that Bernie has been asking for from her, and then so now they offered some dates. The most ridiculous one is they offered April 5th, which is Tuesday, when Wisconsin's voting, and also when the NCAA with the New York team in it, the championship is happening.
Yeah, so no one's gonna be watching the debate. They're gonna be watching the game.
Yeah, and then she also offered the 14th and 15th, and it looks like he hasn't responded, or they have been hesitant on that, and I don't know what other what else is going on the 14th or 15th. The sooner the better, and it's probably like time slots where they don't want to show it. But that's like the DNC's MO recently is, let's put these debates in the least watch time slots ever available.
Yeah, and I remember them talking about that on regular news. They were talking about how the Democratic debates were always during something nobody would be watching, you know.
Yeah, and they put the Republican debates right on cue.
Yeah.
So Matt, you have some, or did you have a thought?
I was just going to say that she said she won't debate Bernie until he changes his tone or tones it down.
That's an old position, but she took that position on Monday or Tuesday this week.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
yeah,
she
and
switched
then
it. Because they were getting a lot of bad press for that. Like they were getting a lot of heat
switched
for that.
in just this week.
Yeah,
yeah, and well, a hashtag went viral after that, and like it broke the internet. It was hashtag tone down for what? Tone down for what?
Yeah.
And stuff, and even fucking Ron Paul or Paul Ryan retweeted it.
Yeah,
Towards Hillary and Bernie and
then,
stuff. So
and
it was, even a Republican was like, tone down for what, Hillary, you know?
Yeah, he's been running a pretty soft campaign, especially compared to, like, look at Donald Trump and Ted Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
And how Donald Trump is retweeting pictures of Ted Cruz's wife, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Let's find the most unflattering picture of his wife and retweet it.
And then I read an article, it was from 2008, and it was talking about how Barack Obama turned to Hillary or responded to Hillary and saying his tone is fine and stuff. So she even pulled the shit in 2008 saying Barack Obama has to change his tone and all this shit. She just has go-to arguments that she always uses. It's like when you meet some rapper, quote unquote, freestyle rapper, you know, on the street, and they're like, oh yeah, I can rap, and then they go through this rap, and you know they're rapping the exact same shit every time. They're like, yeah, it's freestyle, bro. Yeah. And it's like, sure it is, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Hillary Clinton reminds me of,
and then
you know?
There was this other movie that came up from the past, because we were talking about that. Let me quickly play it for you. So this is her talking about Barack Obama and her campaign back in 2008 against him. And he didn't want to debate. I don't know all of the details surrounding this interview and this conversation, but here is her quote about Barack Obama turning down a debate. And now this has reemerged in regards to her turning down Bernie Sanders debates.
I mean, I just believe that this is the most important job in the world. It's the toughest job in the world. You should be willing to campaign for every vote. You should be willing to debate anytime, anywhere.
Yep, anytime, anywhere. Come on, Hillary.
Weird. Kind of sounds like a hypocrite.
Well, she definitely is a hypocrite.
Yeah, and it's come out a few times. We played that, or also in some earlier episodes. You guys should go check that out if you're listening to this one.
Oh, and then also I want to show or read this real quick. It's from Reuters, Thursday, January 24th, 2008. Democrat Barack Obama on Thursday defended the fierce tone of his recent exchanges with the U.S. presidential rival Hillary Clinton and said he was forced to fight back because of her campaign's disregard for the truth. Obama, an Illinois senator, said he was battling a tough, well-honed political machine operated by Clinton and her husband, former President Bill Clinton, but did not think their escalating feud would hurt the party in November's election.
Yeah.
And so basically she said he had to watch his tone back in 2008, and he said, well, all he's doing is telling the truth. He doesn't have a tone, he's just telling the truth. And funny, 2016, we're hearing the same fucking shit from Hillary.
Yep. All right, so we're 19 minutes in. Matt, do you have the polls all fired up and up? Ready to go?
Yes.
Sweet, let's talk about those.
So I'm on Real Clear Politics, and in Where are we? Wisconsin. The Democratic presidential primary poll from CBS News shows Sanders on top of Clinton by 2 points.
Yeah, and so this is a pretty decent turnaround. Going over some of the polling history, as late as March 22nd and again on March 29th, Clinton was ahead by 6 points. So Sanders has flipped the script on that. So
Yep.
We're doing good there. I think there's a good chance that he wins Wisconsin, which we were all hoping for anyways, and I think that we're going to see him win by larger margins than the polls show.
Yeah, and in New York, I'm blown away. This CBS News poll shows Clinton 53 and Sanders 43, so she's up by 10 points. But I swear, I think it was last week during the podcast, she was still double him or something. It was insane.
Let me quickly pull it up.
He's
because
climbing
it's worse.
and climbing fast.
Yeah, it's worse than that. It's far worse than that. I was like, when this poll came out, I was like, man, I got to possibly stop caring because it was so bad. So on March 3rd, let's just go through this. On March 3rd, Clinton was ahead by 21 points. On March 16th, this was the one that killed me. Clinton was ahead 48 points with a 71-23 lead. But then, here comes Bernie. March 29th, Clinton only up by 12 points on a Quinnipiac poll, 54-42, and then the one Matt just referenced, up by 10 points. So, you better watch out. He's closing in.
And we still have, a week and a half?
April 19th, we've got some time.
Oh,
2 weeks.
couple weeks,
I think 2 weeks from Tuesday.
I think it's looking good. I really do. I think Wisconsin and New York are looking good. And this isn't, a fake response like I did a few weeks ago about some of the other states. But I don't know. He's climbing so fast. He is climbing so fast. I think he just might take it. I think he really will.
Yeah, and so we also wanted to cover the Nevada. There was some news that came out of Nevada. Joe, are you fired up on that? Or?
I am fucking rocked about this, man. I think it's awesome. Okay, so this is coming from the Nevada or the Las Vegas Sun. It posted today, April 3rd, 2016. Now, I just want to start off by saying Nevada has already voted. They voted back on, February 20th, I believe?
Let me look. Got the Democrat or the Republican side loaded up. Here's the Democratic side.
The caucus.
The caucuses happened in Nevada February 20th.
Okay, yeah, so I was right. All right, so here is the article. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders scored a surprise victory over former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton on Saturday at the Clark County Democratic Convention, where Sanders won the largest number of delegates a month after losing the Nevada caucuses. The county convention was the second in a three-step process for Nevada to choose its delegates to send to the Democratic National Convention this summer. The first was the February caucus, the results of which are used to portion 23 of the delegates Nevada will send to the National Convention. The second step, the county convention, is when delegates are selected to the state convention in May. And then the third step is the state convention itself, when 12 more delegates are apportioned based on attendees' preferences.
Yeah, so broken down, there are 12 delegates that still haven't been divvied up accurately, and they were waiting on delegates to show up for a convention. More Bernie delegates showed up.
Yeah.
Bernie now has the lead in
Nevada. He won Nevada, basically. The final delegate count was 2,964 for Sanders and 2,386 for Clinton. That means that the Sanders campaign will send 1,613 delegates to the state convention, while the Clinton campaign will send only 1,298. We pretty much won Nevada, said Sanders State Director John Cato, smiling as the results were announced.
Yeah, so what this means is most of the places are reporting like the final tally being Hillary 20 to Bernie's 15. That's going to change between 1 and 10 delegates, according to the news story that I read. So we might see Bernie with, instead of 15, he'll end up with somewhere between 16 and 25 delegates. And Hillary will be down to 19 to 10 delegates. So if that's any delegates that have already been counted that are changing is a huge story because it counts as double, because that puts Hillary X amount away from becoming the nominee and Bernie X amount closer to the nominee. So, like, if she would have gotten 2 more delegates, she loses those 2 and Bernie gains those 2, putting him closer and her further.
Yeah.
So if they switch one delegate, it's actually a 2-point
Yeah, compared to
change.
the ones that
Yeah.
haven't happened yet. Yes, that's how the statistics work out on it. So let's move forward to Joe again. Science.
Ooh, me?
Yeah, we're gonna. Unless you're not ready to go.
I'm ready to go. We can go as soon as possible.
Yeah, because we're running against time, so we'll move that to the front because I know you take a minute.
Okay. So wait, am I doing this now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's do
So
it.
this is
Fuck
coming
it.
from
Do it live.
This is coming from Huffington Post. Weird news. Huffington Post. Sorry, Mom. Getting lots of tattoos could have a surprising health benefit. So this is March 11th, okay? The next time Grandma criticizes your multiple tattoos, tell her they might just be a sign that you're healthy. A new study published in American Journal of Human Biology last week, and getting lots of ink since then, suggests that people with multiple tattoos have a better immune response to new tattoos than people who are getting tattooed for the first time. According to the research, tattooing may stimulate the immune system in a manner similar to a vaccination to be less susceptible to future pathogenic infiltration. While the study has a small sample size and is not yet conclusive, it provides fascinating evidence of how well the body can be trained to respond to stresses over time. And stuff, and it's pretty cool. Let's see here. Immunoglobulin A, I don't know how to read that,
Okay.
is a front line of defense against some of the common infections we encounter, like colds. Christopher Lynn, an associate professor of anthropology at the University of Alabama, who co-authored the study, wrote in a press release, according to the researchers, the saliva samples from first-time tattoo recipients showed their levels of immunoglobulin A.
Let me see what it says.
Yeah, right there.
I
Yeah. See, you can't even read it.
I can't see it on the screen. Immunoglobulin.
Oh, immunoglobulin A. Oh, yeah. Declined much more dramatically than they did for the people who already had multiple tattoos, suggesting that people with more tattoo experience had immune systems that were more habituated to that kind of stress. Lynn isn't suggesting people go out and get full-sleeve tattoos to ward off colds and the flu just yet. In fact, he said a person's first tattoo can make them more, not less, susceptible to illness. They don't just hurt while you get the tattoo, but they can exhaust you, he said in the release. It's easier to get sick. You can catch a cold because your defenses are lower from the stress of getting a tattoo. Lynn compares the body response to getting a tattoo for the first time to an out-of-shape person exercising in the gym. Muscles are sore at first, but the pain fades with repeated workouts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Matt, thoughts?
I'm just wondering what the study size was of how many people. Does it say exactly?
It doesn't say. It says it was small, but they found that of course the hemoglobin or the
Immunoglobulin.
whatever he fucking said, lowers after is lower after getting tattoos.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
And basically what it does is it stresses your body out. It kicks your immune system into gear and stuff. And of course when your immune system is kicked into high gear, you're a healthier person.
Well,
because you're fighting off infection.
Not
and stuff
initially,
like that.
but over
Not
time.
initially, over time, of course.
Yep.
That's
Cool.
why you don't try to keep, your kids extremely healthy and wipe everything down constantly. They need the germs. They need small amounts of germs.
All right, so we have time to cover one of two remaining stories. Which do we want to cover? Let's cover the DC shooter.
Let's cover the one about me being the most badass person on the planet. Can we cover that?
But
we like to present true stories.
yeah.
It is what? It is a true story. Haven't you guys even seen me? Have you seen my shirt?
It is a cool shirt. It's like you wear it every day.
Because I do. I've worn it every day since I got it. Matt, you seen this shirt?
Yeah, it's starting to smell.
Oh, I'm sorry. But do you want to read it for our fans?
Bernie Sanders for president. Feel the burn.
Yeah, a future to believe in.
A political revolution. All right, so now we're ready.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Okay,
All right,
I'm sorry.
So I'm sure everybody heard the White House and the U.S. Capitol were temporarily put on lockdown after an active shooter situation was reported around 3:15 p.m. Monday afternoon. Once the story broke, some members of the media were quick to speculate as to who was behind the incident.
Gotta love those pundits.
Yep. So Fox News had a response, and they just alluded to thinking it was somebody from ISIS.
Yeah, look what happens when we don't close our borders. Come on.
Yep. And the suspect has since been identified, guys. His name is Larry Dawson. He's an African-American Christian pastor from Tennessee.
You mean it wasn't ISIS?
It wasn't ISIS.
But it was a religious terrorist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I heard when he went in there that he yelled, "I am a prophet of God."
Sounds like a terrorist. So, how do you say that in Arabic? Do you know? Does it sound like Allah Akbar?
Allah Akbar is praise unto God.
Oh, okay. So, same fucking thing,
So
though,
if he
right?
ran in and said praise Jesus or praise God, he'd be saying, in essence, the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so this story is saying, so maybe he didn't yell "I am a prophet of God" when he went in there shooting, but apparently he interrupted a session of Congress last October shouting out that he was a prophet of God, and Dawson was removed from the area following the outburst. So
how did he get a gun after that? Like,
I don't
So, what, yeah, he went and grabbed a gun and came back and started shooting?
No. He's talking about months apart, right?
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Because that happened October, and then this just happened on Monday, March
Okay.
28th.
So it was a preemptive Allah Akbar. Christian Allah Akbar.
Yeah, because there's no similarities between the religious right in the United States and the religious right in the Middle East.
Yeah, exactly. It's both a bunch of fucking lunatics who wants everybody else to follow their stupid fucking book. That's what ISIS is, and that's what Christian theocracy is, people.
Yep, so that's pretty much it. It just shows that Fox is totally fucking biased towards their religion.
When you say
Oh, yeah.
when you say people, there seems to be a lot of disdain in your voice, like you don't like people.
I don't like people.
Why don't you like people?
I don't know. I've become very antisocial in my aging.
I'm a people.
I love you people. Oh, what do I mean by you people? I mean you
Oh, me specifically.
people. And I don't know. I love people who are close to me.
Yeah, but
Everyone else can fuck off. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do care about people. I just don't want to be around them.
do you care about them enough to ask them to join us on Facebook?
I do. I do care enough.
Well, then
Hey.
you should do it.
If you're listening to this, please come to our Facebook group page, The Evil Atheists. That's the group page. And then also check out this podcast on YouTube and Spreaker. Spreaker is a
Spreaker.
recklessly skeptical podcast. Sharwin.
And Sprinkler.
And Sprinkler.
The P.
Yeah.
The P kinky page.
What the hell's that?
Kinky P page?
Yeah, Kinky P page.
Like with where people pee on each other. And
Ew.
It's a kink.
You mean golden showers?
Sure.
Yeah, golden showers.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
All right.
disgusting.
And yeah, check us out on YouTube, Facebook. You can also at our channels on YouTube specifically are ZZZ Giant Awake and The Evil Atheist. We have a project coming up on The Evil Atheist that's well worth checking out. Is there anything else you want to add, Matt, in closing?
Nope. Love you guys. See you next time.
Yep. And until next time, think skeptically and
Passionately.
passionately.
There it is.
Super PACs. Goldman Sachs.
Man, yo, you know what, man? I don't like your tone.
Tone down for what?
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Tone down for what?
Tone down for what?